Hello, I'm the head. It's time for another art attack. No guys, I'm not going to do the Neil Buchanan impression the entire time. Mostly because I'm not very good at it, and I don't exactly want to risk getting a copyright strike by putting too much of the theme song in the video. Regardless, I am going to show you a brief tutorial on how I make my little custom Unown plushies. Step 1 is to cut out your pattern. I use a black fleece throws that you can get for like $3 or $4 at Walmart in Canada. I don't know, it may be more or less in other countries. The kind that I'm using currently also stretches one way more than the other, in which case you're going to need to compensate for that by making your pattern slightly narrower along that stretch area, as I can show you here. Oh, I messed that one up a little. Oh well. I can fix that later. Put it the wrong way. Anyway, you're gonna do it the other way than that. Regardless, it's still an example of, in general, the kind of pattern you'd want to see for, in this case, an unknown Y. Again, it's a little wonky. This one, I did it in a hurry. You're also gonna want to try to make sure, like, keep in mind when it's stuffed, it will look slightly smaller and narrower than the initial outline pattern, so you'll have to, again, compensate for that by making sure you cut it out bigger than you intend it to turn out. Once that is complete, you're going to want to flip it inside out and start stitching all along the edge. Strongly recommend using a dark colored thread, black or dark navy blue, as you can see here. Otherwise it may stand out. Then what you're going to want to do is, before you finish all the way with the stitching, leave 2 or 3 centimeters. Then once it's stitched, again with those 2 or 3 centimeters left open, use that hole to turn it inside out, and then use that same hole to fill in the stuffing. I use this stuff, just generic polyester stuffing, also you can get at Walmart. Then, once it's fully stuffed, it'll look something like you see the back of this unknown T here. Again, that was an unknown Y pattern, but then you just stitch up that little last end once you're satisfied with how full it's stuffed. And then for the covering, I mean, yes, the eye right there, all you need to do is take some white fleece fabric like this, also from Walmart, similar to the black stuff, and cut out a little circle, probably one a bit bigger than this, because yeah, it's tiny on there, so maybe twice that diameter. Start stitching it carefully around the edge of the eye. Try to get it centered. Once that's done, just a smaller, a much smaller little black circle, as you can see right there. Stitch that in as well. And if your stitches are nice and tight and you hide the end threads, it should turn out pretty well, just like this. And that was my brief tutorial. I hope it was useful, or at the very least entertaining. Let me know, either on DeviantArt or in YouTube comments, if there's any other tutorials you want to see, within reason of course. You know, YouTube comments, I've heard people suggest some pretty weird stuff that I'll let you know if I'm not going to do it. So anyway,